Yo guys, welcome to the first guide on this channel. So today I'm gonna be talking about the guide on how to get to FC Champion and basically how I got to FC Champion in every game mode. So basically I'm gonna go over my teams, the setups and everything, all the strategies, everything, and then helping you guys for next season when everything resets. So let's hop into it. All right, first we're gonna go over VSA. So basically, VSA just you go against another opponent, and you basically try to score as much goals against each other. So it's pretty simple, honestly. I've been on a easy win streak, honestly. Out of hard game mode. So let's go over my team that I'm using for versus attack. So I'm using 4-3 attack, and primarily this formation is probably the best formation for VSA because you literally have a left and right wing, and compared to some of the other ones, you can probably use something probably 4-1-2-1. 43 holding is another one you could use. You could use defend also. Any 4-3-3 formation is very good. Or especially another good one I'd say in second place is definitely 4-2-4. Definitely another good one that anybody could use. But primarily you want to use something like 4-3 attack with a good left wing with 5-5 or 5-4. Usually because the left wing, you're using your left wing more than your strikers because your left wing is going to be scoring more goals than every other position on the field. So you see as my Hazard has 5-4 is very good. And the pace, you need a good winger with pace. Except for Caustelia, you need like a 5-5 who can place the ball in, good finishing, and a good pace. Same thing for Pedro. A little bit on the slower side, but his agility carries. So when he uses that step over and exit, boom, 5-5 also. And then same thing, like your cam is also going to be involved, your center mids, like Sokachis, 5-5 also. And then, your two center mids, Modric, 5-4, just as good. And then Torre also that I'm using as a center mid, just as good 5-4. So you want to have somebody with 5-5 or 5-4 minimum to really help you place in those goals. And let's hop into some gameplay and show you why something like 4-3 or like 4-2-4 is very good when it comes to VSA. All right. So having a good OVR is definitely a big role in this. As you can see, I had a bigger chance than my opponent. Having an OVR is super crucial. So they had a better chance, as you can see, but having a good OVR is very good. So I come in here, easy goal. You curl it in, finesse it. It's very simple. So now you come in with Hazard, lane change, easy finesse. So that's basically all you're gonna do is just finesse. Or you can cross it in, place it in. It's that simple, honestly. So you really need good players. Through it, easy finesse also. Just that simple, really. So it's just very simple. Just make sure you have a good OVR, and then boom, you're set. So that's like it. Having a good OVR really, that was my bad, honestly. But yeah, having a good OVR is very crucial when it comes to this game mode. Because if you have anything lower, like a 111, your opponent's gonna have more chances than you, and that's just very bad. We might lose this. Honestly, we might lose this. And then burst in. That 5-5 is so crucial as a striker. So we come in again. Hazard. Finesse. Finish. Easy win. So now let's hop in to head-to-head. All right. So for head-to-head, OVR doesn't really matter, really just your players. So same thing again. I've been on it doesn't really matter for head to head, but pretty good like streak, whatever. So for head to head, I'm using 343 diamond, or you could use 343 flat, which is basically the same thing. So 343 flat, basically the same thing, but I prefer a CDM to really help and come down as an extra center back, because when you're running 343, and because you can run anything for head to head, you can run anything, but I'm running 343 so I can have double wingers. But for people who use 343 like me, I want to use 343 diamond so I can have another CDM, because having 3 center backs is very tough, especially have slow center backs like Stam, who is very slow compared to all the pace. He was 1119 pace, very bad. But yeah, you need another CDM. I would say if you're gonna run something like this. So if you're gonna run something like this, you want to have a left wing on the side. Pedro there, yeah. So basically, this is how you would run it. For the center backs, it doesn't really matter. I'd say use like a left back who is hella ass pace, because some of these guys are very slow, like Stones. So you could use like something like Cafu in exchange for a higher pace. Really, it doesn't really matter. I just like having Stones there because I'm more used to having just one left back, and then everyone, because usually the player's gonna attack more on the right wing anyways. So it's like having somebody there. And then same again, you want to have good players have good finishing, like 5'4", 4'5". And this time we're using Rodri, who has 5'4", as I said. He's gonna be our holding and that extra center back that we need. And then we have Garnacha on our right mid as a right wing, even though he can still play right wing. But we need players up and down, allowing us to pass up and just make through plays, and that's basically the goal using 343. You want to have 5'5" and everything, just like Del Piero. Having 5'5" is very crucial. And some of the positions you could run also, you could run something like 4-1-2-1, either the narrow or the wide. Wide is just as good also. Instead of using a left mid or right mid, because those players are not very good because they don't have any dexterity, and you need those spacey players. That's why it's recommended to use another right wing or left wing on those left mid positions. You could also use 4-2-4, 4-3-3. You could use anything, even holding also. 4-3 attack is just as good too. You could use the regular 4-3. You can use anything really. You can use holding. Anything is good, but for me, I prefer having another left wing and right wing so I can just make through plays and everything. And then for the bench, you can just have anyone really. And we have Torre, who can act like another CDM. We have Modric as a cam. We have Dybala, the GOAT. He could play striker, but he only has 127 pace, so he can be like another sub for Socrates. And then we have Cafu if we want to swap out Stones, if they have a pace center back. And then we have Maldini, because we have Maldini. So yeah, basically that's it. So let's hop into some gameplay. So I'll basically show you guys how I usually play, and then I will go into skill moves also, because I haven't gone into. But after this, I'll show you some of the skill moves that I'm using.
Eu sou o Gustavo Villani, junto
You can see, using the left wing and right wing on the right mid positions, because you need a pacey player. So I go in with straight attack. That one my player is pushing up. Pedro. And we see Garnacha on the right. And we couldn't make it, so let's just kind of concentrate on here. You see? Yeah, yellow. We couldn't make that through ball though. Get it again. Garnacha.
Recebe, Kvaratskhelia.
And you can't dribble.
Continua com o Mané Garrincha.
And he's open.
Pode fazer para desempatar.
Oh, that was close. Socrates, nice.
Ele vai pro ataque, tem opções.
Let's go in. Oh,
Defesa do céu.
very good play, but hey, he's complaining though. But hey, we're trying to win. It doesn't matter. Hazard. Another block, but it's all right. Time is right there. Let's see if anybody can get it. No, nobody could get it. All right. So now he's gonna try to counter, and you can see Rodri. We have him playing a bit more down, so he's gonna fill in that position. If Stam or nobody else could get down there, that's why I'm using 4-3 diamond instead.
Saka.
So now Hazard playing as almost like a left back.
Saka com a bola. Roda uma bola de pé em pé com
Oh, he might
paciência,
dribble through.
querendo pular à frente do placar.
Very dangerous. And that's ooh.
Pegou, tem rebote. Não deu em nada.
Now we're in. Pedro's in.
Eles
Wanna
vão
pass all the way
chegando
to
no
Cavatelli?
ataque.
And we couldn't get it. Oh.
Ele vai descendo com a opção.
And he gets it. So that's very, very terrible, honestly. And he's trying to make a through run.
O árbitro
Using
dá
here to
só
heal.
mais minuto de jogo.
We cancel it out, and
PSG por ali,
that's
passe
pretty clean.
acordado. O juiz apita.
So yeah, so
Final
for
da
skill moves, how you
primeira
use lane change, roulette, heel to heel,
etapa.
and step over exit.
45 minutos finais.
So I can really get out on those lanes.
Placar igual até aqui.
Yeah, and he gets it. Yep, he gets it. Yep, kick off good.
É o primeiro do jogo.
I could do the same thing, but nah, it's not worth it, honestly.
Eusébio.
And he gets the ball.
Falta pro PSG.
Let's just drop everybody down here.
Preciso. Antecipa bem e fica com a bola dominada.
You see Socrates.
Que chance pra
It's that simple. What did I tell y'all? That through play, those through plays are so good. Look at that. Look at that Pedro. Look at that vision. Socrates 5'5". I'm telling you, you should have these players. He's gonna kick off good, so I'm gonna just have everybody just run back.
Bola volta a rolar. Tá 1 a 1. No mano a mano pra fazer.
And he misses. Yeah, and that's the thing. If your center backs are gonna try to header it, that's gonna be a very big problem.
Arriscar forte é uma boa alternativa, mas
Because
precisa
if
dar
they
uma
try to
calibrada
if they
nesse
miss
pé.
it, then it's just a through run for
Eden
them.
Hazard.
We couldn't break through, which is fine.
Eusébio.
He's gonna dribble through.
Tá no ataque, os companheiros
Let's
pegam
try
a
to
bola.
intercept it. We can't, and
Olha bem,
yeah.
De Gea.
So let's try to throw it to Pedro, and then you see a through one.
Garrincha. Sócrates com a bola.
Oh, we couldn't make the through, which is fine. And then we see Socrates dropping down.
Por ali.
Rodri,
O jogo
Del
se
Piero.
encaminha pro finalzinho na arquibancada. A festa é muito grande, empurrando o time pro ataque. Eles querem a vitória.
and we couldn't make it through.
Esse tipo de
Enfim,
incentivo
já
pode
tá.
fazer a diferença.
He's down. Another bad pass.
Saka. Capdevila. Hazard. Tá acabando. 43, segundo tempo.
That's why it's important to have another CDM
Jogo, o PSG não quer saber
to really block those opportunities, and
arbitragem apita pela
ends
última
up in a
vez.
1-1.
Ninguém leva.
And this opponent really wasn't that
Empatado o
good.
jogo,
He was
Caioba.
just very mid, honestly. Not that good. If it wasn't for that kick-up glitch, would have won. And yeah, I mean, that's very important. And let's kind of go over the skill moves. So for skill moves, this is what is important. I use roulette, and roulette you need if your player is doesn't have like a high enough skill. If they have like something like something like let's say ball roll. You know, everybody could have, but if like your center back doesn't have that, he might need a roulette. Hit a hill, you're gonna need that for your wingers. It got nerfed, just like lane step over an exit, but it's just so good. Step over an exit, I have it on the right. That's just so good for your wingers to kind of burst out with a ton of agility. As you can see, Pedro, they didn't have a lot of pace, but his agility is so good. It allows him to just go crazy, especially the acceleration. And we have lane change. Lane change is the best way to get past defenders. It's super simple. Another thing I didn't go over was the rolls. And rolls, you just need people with, you know, good penalty taking. You know, WPI has 109 for penalties. If Dybala was there, he would be taking the penalties. Actually, for penalties, he would be Dybala, but usually it's Del Piero. So yeah, you need somebody with a good 5-5 with those rolls. You know, left corner is probably gonna be your left back or right back for corners. And yeah, you want to have good players. And then another thing I want to go over is having a good goalkeeper. Having a good goalkeeper who's very tall is so good, and especially if they have the long thrower trait, it's so good to spread out the ball and have them, you know, attack everywhere. That's just very important when it comes to head to head, you know, versus attack. Anybody who has, you know, good reflexes and everything, manager mode, those all come in play. Some other plays you could run for the goalkeeper is probably like Donnarumma. Those are just as good. Also, Casillas is not that good. He's very short. That's the only problem, is just short. Buffon is like a Casillas, but just way better. He's just so much better. We can run somebody like Cobel, De Gea, you know. Donnarumma is good. His height is insane. I was using his previous card, and it's just as good. You can use Martinez. You know, those tall players will really help you with those traits. You know, Van der Sar is good. Yashin is good. You know, Courtois is always going to be a good option. And I was using this Donnarumma previously. Just as good. These players are all good, but they don't have that thrower trait. So you need somebody with a good thrower trait. And yeah, so this is basically what I'm running for head-to-head. So now let's hop into manager mode. Now, manager mode, this is where things get spicy. So you can see I was on like a win streak, losing streak. So yeah, the tactics I use here. So for build up, I use 2 speed. We don't want them to, you know, go too crazy. We want them to be at like a, you know, tiki-taka top pace. Tiki-taka pace. In the passing distance, we do not want those long balls, because that's how we lose possession. We want it at a good, you know, that's basically what you're doing. Tiki-taka with this whole thing. You want it at a good passing distance, not a long one. So mentality, we have it as balance. So I'm going to show you guys 2 variations when you score a goal and what they change it to. And this is just the base one. So this is what you're using. Just a balanced mentality, that's all. You don't want it to be free, because that's where everything gets too crazy. You want it to be organized. So all your players play in the proper positions. Because especially for your left and your right wings, when they have those through balls, they can just immediately pace out. So for offense, we're using 2 passing distance. So this thing, you know, just pass anywhere. As I said, tiki-taka basically. Crossing, do not want crossing at all. Crossing is so bad in this game. They nerfed it. It's a little bit better. You can probably score some headers from crossing here and there, but you want to keep the crossing on low, because you do not want those balls going up in the air. None of that, because then that's how you lose possession. And then let's say the 80th minute, once you get to the 80th minute, you don't have enough time to even score, because the opposite position is going to hold the ball more compared to you, who's been, you know, crossing it here and there. And for shooting, you want to have it high. You want them to shoot from anywhere, any place, and put it in. For defense, passing distance, same thing. We want it at 2, so they can pass anywhere outside that box. Oh, my bad. Defense, we want the pressure to be high. high pressure, we press high, boom. The width, we want them to be at like that controlled. We want to control the field basically. We keep that the same. And for aggression, we want them to be super, super aggressive towards the ball to quickly get the ball back, high press immediately. And we want to, and no offside trap. Offside trap is the worst thing ever. Just don't run it. Run cover, just cover for another center back. Simple. So now, for when you're down a goal or when you're up a goal. When you're up a goal, you bring down the speed so you can hold the ball more. So the more you hold the ball, the more time will go past. So by the time you do eventually score another goal, it's probably going to be the 80th minute. And when it's the 80th minute, you probably won't be able to clutch. Like, if possible, the other opposition cannot clutch. So, and you keep the passing distance the same. But for mentality, you want to go to defending. That's what I'm telling you. You want to hold the ball more. You want to hold the ball more. You want to keep it so you have more time on the ball. So the time can go out quicker. Because then they're going to get frustrated and then change their attack. So then when they change it, you have the chance to, pursue another goal. You want to keep it, the position as organized. You want to keep everything organized. Now, the only thing you're going to change for offense is the passing distance. You want to keep it so you have absolute control of the ball. So just like I said, tiki-taka the whole time. Nothing else gets changed. So this is what you change when you're up a goal. And I'm telling you now, bro, once you get to once you get from up to Legendary 2, you want to keep it on that tactic. You want to keep it on the speed 1, defending, and then offense. You want to just keep the passing tendency. Just like as I said, if you score a goal or you're down a goal, you want to keep it like this from Legendary 2 to FC Champion. Because when you use the regular one, the base, the attacking version, you're going to see that your opponent's going to hold the ball more than you and you cannot score as much goals. Maybe if your opponent is running just doesn't care and he's just crossing the ball all the time, you might want to run this, but you're not going to have that possession and probably not going to score as many chances if you're going to keep it just like this from the starting game to the end game. So when you hit Legendary 2, you want to keep it as the second variation so you can have the ball more, because once you start with the ball more, you're going to automatically win the game. You're going to have more time for your defenders to defend. So that's why I say you want to keep this tactic the same from Legendary 2 to FC Champion so you can get those wins so you don't have any, lose balls, everything. Because you do not want to run the first variation, as I said, because this will only be good from here up to Legendary 2. Because then your opponents are going to be, much tougher and they're going to hold the ball more. So you could start off with this variation first and then switch it when you're up a goal or down a goal. But that's basically what you're running for the whole thing. So for the second variation, to hold the ball from Legendary 2 to FC Champion, you want to run this variation. And then for, if you're trying to get up to Legendary 2, and for the first variation, you want to run something like this with the balanced. Passing intensity to 2, and then everything else is the same. So that's basically all for the tactics for manager mode. Now for the team for manager mode, I run 4-3 holding. So here we run a defensive role play. You want to have at least some subs in there. But yeah, you want to run some either 4-3 attack, which I don't really recommend too often because you're going to lose the ball a bit more. And you won't have as much defense as you were to have with 4-3 holding. 4-3 is amazing thing. It's basically versus attack, but you're playing as manager mode. It's just AI mode. So here you want to run something like 4-3 defending. So when you do run that second variation, as I said, the second tactic where you're holding the ball more, this is where you can defend more often. And same thing, you want to have someone with 5-5 so they can shoot anywhere on the field. That's why I put the shooting tendency to 3, level 3, so you can shoot anywhere. That's why I highly recommend anybody with 5-4, 4-5, 5-5, so they can shoot anywhere on the field. and you want to have at least some sub just in case. And that's basically it. You want to have at least a defensive tactic. You don't want to have anything with probably like 3 center backs because that's going to be too easy. You want to have a solid defense, and that's basically it. So now let me show you guys some previous gameplay of me, before I hit FC Champion.
Alô, galera! Que dia é esse? Dia de muito sol, céu aberto, futebol ao vivo na EA Sports. Eu sou o Gustavo Villani e aqui comigo na cabine o comentarista Caio Ribeiro. E hoje temos uma partidaça. É Manchester City contra o Corinthians.
Olha, Guga, eu só não quero 0 a 0, porque ninguém merece, né? Que seja um jogo com muitos gols aqui.
Eden Hazard. Com ela, Rodri. Pra fora! Quase vem o gol de muito longe, Caio.
Muito longe, mas a bola passou muito perto. Bela finalização.
E aí, Atilrê com ela. Esse é Pedro. Sai pela linha de fundo, escanteio. Tentou tirar, entregou a paçoca. Hazard! Gol! Placar aberto, 1 a 0.
Que finalização excepcional. No replay a gente nota como ele bateu bem na bola. Botou muita força nesse arremate, sem chance de defesa.
1 a 0. Vai recomeçar o jogo. Gullit. Nico Williams. Theo Hernandes. A bola sai, arremesso pro Corinthians. Nico Williams. Rudy Gullit. Rodri. Avança. Olha só o gol! Gol! Do Manchester City para ampliar a vantagem no placar. A repetição do gol, mano a mano, oportunista, Caio.
Teve tranquilidade e mostrou frieza nesse gol. Não era lance para perder mesmo.
Theo. Bola pro Van Basten. Dá para soltar a bola, ele tem opção. Chega bem para retomar a posse de bola na defesa. Recebe, Kvaratskhelia. Faz a defesa sem rebote importante, tinha gente por perto. Final do primeiro tempo. Vamos para o intervalo do jogo. Com a saída de bola do Corinthians, vamos nessa. Recomeça o jogo. Paul Scholes. Foi falta do jogador do City. Que ficou só no papo, na ameaça. Quer conversa? Vai lá na conversa com o Bial. Nico Williams. Eles recuperam a bola na defesa. Na moral. Subiu a bandeira. Voltava do impedimento. Não funcionou. Tem que ensaiar, Caioba.
É, a bola enfiada saiu antes do que deveria, Guga. Faltou leitura de jogo.
Kvaratskhelia. O relógio marca. São 15 minutos já passados da segunda etapa. Pedro com ela. Modric recebe. Para fazer. Gol! Já são 2 na conta. Quem é que para, não para nunca.
Esse gol tinha que ter replay mesmo. Mal deu para ver a bola viajando para o gol, de tão forte que foi a finalização. Não tinha como defender, não.
Placa levantada. Vem alteração no Manchester City. Recomeça o jogo. O City agora vence por 3 gols. Vai goleando. Kvaratskhelia. Bola para o Hazard. Eden Hazard para fazer. Gol! Ou melhor, gol não. Pera. Goleada. São 4 gols de vantagem. Tá jogando soltinho, mais solto que arroz de vó. Tá muito a gosto. Pegou a bola, deixa comigo. Liso, Caio Ribeiro.
Mais solto que o quê?
Arroz de vó.
Esse eu gostei.
Marco Van Basten. Alessandro Del Piero com a bola. O City recupera a posse da bola. Vai avançando com a bola. Hazard. Atenção, não conseguiu afastar. Afasta, tira dali. Termina o jogo com vitória do Manchester City.
Bela atuação, Vilani, com muita eficiência lá na frente. A recompensa foi esse placar folgado aí.